and welcome back with Kat. In today's video, I'm going to take you through in what I eat in a day. I think it's pretty interesting to share with you just what my typical meals look like. I love sharing recipes with you and I will continue to do so, but maybe this will give you a good idea as to what my average day entails. So it is around 10:15 in the morning. I'm going to make my first meal of the day. It's a little earlier than normal, but when you're hungry, you just gotta listen to your body. So let me show you what I prepare. So this is a typical first meal for me. I'm measuring out my ground beef and forming these into patties. The ground beef I buy is all natural, of course, and 73% lean. You'll usually find these more affordable than the leaner options, and the 5-pound tubs last pretty decently over a few days. I don't add anything extra to the beef when forming these into patties because they hold up just fine on their own. So it's been over a month now, and I found the amount I'm measuring out works just for me. However, sometimes if I'm still hungry after a meal like this, I'll slap up some more. But this, along with 2 eggs, usually gets the job done. Not to mention, I add a tablespoon of butter so that it melts nicely on my patties. These are one of my favorite meals because it's super easy to make and it always fills me up. For this next quote-unquote meal, I'm whipping up a milkshake. If you haven't already, I suggest checking out my Prime Protein Honest Review video, where I introduce this all-beef protein product. I promise it's not sponsored, so no one is paying me for a biased review. However, I did find a way to amp up this shake recipe by adding my browned butter and instant coffee. There's also heavy whipping cream in here, which adds even more fat. So good. Are you gonna be here for the video? Show everyone how cute you are. To get started here, I'm cutting up this beef chuck that I found at Costco for less than $5 a pound. I'm cutting my chuck into cubes for tonight's meal while I have pork belly cooking in the air fryer. See? So who's ready for a pro tip? You guys, you never want to pour out your excess fat. First of all, it'll ruin your drains. But second of all, it's perfect to reuse. I keep mine in a glass jar and it beats using any cooking oil. The only seasoning I'm using for my chuck is tons of salt. I'll also cut up a tablespoon of butter so it can nicely melt on top of my finished steak before it's ready to eat. Alright, so this is going to be my last meal of the day. I have roughly 12 ounces of beef and about a half a pound of bacon. And so I wanted to make sure I balanced out my beef with my fat. I'm super hungry, and so I really feel like this will give me a lot of the energy I'm needing to finish out the day. So I know I added a whole bunch of salt to my beef earlier, but it really could use a lot more. Don't let salt scare you. There's probably so many rumors out there that tells you you want lower sodium this or lower sodium that, and honestly, it's part of the electrolytes that you need per day. I'm not eating carbohydrates, I'm not consuming any sugar, so for me, this salt is a perfect addition to my everyday meal. I'm eating it to taste, of course. I'm not dousing everything with salt just so that it's unbearable while I'm eating it, but it does help amplify the flavors that I have, and it just tastes really good too. I also like adding extra butter on top. I'll probably do an additional tablespoon. I know I've told you guys the measurements for the food. Honestly, it could be that if I'm still hungry, I will prepare some more food. If this is too much, I'm not gonna force it down. I'll just save it for later. I found that usually I'm eating around a pound of food a day, or around a pound per meal. So it's what keeps me satiated. I'm so sorry if this video turns out pretty trashy. It's kind of been one of those days where you think everything's gonna work out, but it's kind of like the universe is telling you to just slow down and take it easy. I will be honest, I haven't really slept that well this week. I don't know why that is, but I think I've been extra tired. You see what I mean? Like, nothing is going right today. Whatever. At least I didn't burn my meat, so much good. It's crazy that some people say that they have a tough time in eating the fatty parts of beef. And I don't understand why. It almost tastes kind of sweet to me. Like, I enjoy it. It's weird that in the past, I would find myself cutting off the fat on any meat and thinking that that wasn't good for me. And just to think how far I've come, and like, this is what I prefer. I would find this in any of my meats and purposely add it on my dish. But let me know if this is a type of video that you are interested in seeing, and I will gladly make more of these. I typically eat most of the same things every day, but I like to switch things up every once in a while. I really could not eat the same meal every single day of my life. That would be so boring. I still enjoy food, and you can still enjoy food when you're on a carnivore diet. So I want to make that very clear. But yeah, I'm gonna go and finish my dinner. Thank you so much for joining me in another video. Hopefully next video, it'll be more enthusiastic. Hopefully we'll have a better day. But I hope you've had a wonderful weekend, and I will see you guys in the next video.